Welcome to Rise and Learn English. Have you ever been in this situation? You are standing in front of someone. They ask you a simple question in English. You hear their words. You understand them. But before you can answer, a long, exhausting process begins inside your brain. First, you take their English question and translate it into your native language. Next, you think of your answer in your native language. Then, you try to translate your answer back into English. You check the grammar. You worry about the verb tense. Finally, after 3, 4, or maybe 5 seconds, you open your mouth to speak. But by the time you speak, the moment has passed. The other person looks confused. You feel slow. You feel like your English is terrible. I am here to tell you that your English is not terrible. You do not have a knowledge problem. You have a process problem. You are suffering from the translation trap. As long as you are translating in your head, you will never be truly fluent. Fluency is not about how many words you know. It is about the speed of your connection. Today, we are going to cut the middleman. We are going to learn how to delete your native language from the process and train your brain to think directly in English. Step 1. Labeling your reality. The journey to thinking in English does not start with complex sentences. It starts with single words. Your brain is incredibly lazy. It wants to take the easiest path. Because you have spent your whole life using your native language, your brain has built a massive superhighway for those words. English is just a tiny dirt path. We need to build the English highway. You start by labeling. Look around the room you are in right now. You see objects, a door, a window, a cup, a chair. Usually, when you look at the door, your brain instantly screams the word in your native language. You must stop this. Look at the door and force your inner voice to say door. Look at the window and say window. Look at your shoes and say shoes. If the word in your native language pops into your head, say no and replace it with the English word. You are training your brain to create a direct link between the physical object and the English sound. Do this for 5 minutes every day. Walk around your house, walk down the street, and label the world. You are telling your brain, English is not just a subject I study, English is the real world. Step 2. The Monolingual Shift. If you want to stop translating in your head, you must stop translating on your phone. Most English learners use a bilingual dictionary. They look up an English word, and the app gives them the definition in Spanish, Arabic, Hindi, or Japanese. This is destroying your progress. Every time you use a bilingual dictionary, you are building a bridge back to your mother tongue. You are strengthening the translation muscle. You must delete your bilingual dictionary today. Replace it with a monolingual dictionary, an English-to-English dictionary. When you find a new word, for example, exhausted, do not look for the translation. Look for the English definition. Very tired. When you read an English definition, your brain is forced to stay in English mode. You are using English to learn English. It will be slightly frustrating at first. You might have to look up words inside the definition. But this struggle is exactly what forces your brain to start thinking in the language. Step 3. Narrate your life. Once you can label single objects, it is time to build simple sentences. You talk to yourself all day long. You have an inner monologue. I am hungry. I need to go to the store. I am tired. Currently, this voice speaks your native language. We need to hijack it. Start becoming the narrator of your own life, like a voiceover in a movie. But keep it very simple. When you are making breakfast, say in your head, I am making coffee. The water is hot. I am pouring the milk. When you are walking to the bus, say, I am walking. The sun is shining. The bus is late. Do not try to translate complex philosophical thoughts. Keep it to the level of a 5-year-old child. Subject, verb, object. The goal is not to win a literature prize. The goal is to keep the engine of your brain running in English. The more you narrate your physical actions, the more natural the language will feel in your body. Step 4. The Art of Circumlocution. This is the most important skill for thinking in English. Circumlocution is a big word that means talking around a subject. Why do people translate? Usually it is because they get stuck. You are thinking in English and suddenly you want to say the word microwave, but you forget the word. Panic hits your brain. You immediately switch to your native language to search for the translation. Fluent speakers do not do this. When a fluent speaker forgets a word, they do not stop. They go around it. They describe it. If you forget the word microwave, do not look at your phone. Keep your brain in English and describe it. The small machine in the kitchen that makes food hot very fast. If you forget the word wallet, say, the small leather thing where I put my money and credit cards. If you do this, you never have to leave English mode. You survive the conversation. Native speakers do this all the time. Learn phrases like, what do you call that thing? Or, it's a type of... This is true fluency. Fluency is not knowing every word in the dictionary. Fluency is the ability to explain anything using the words you already know. Step 5. Plan your day in English. Your brain is most active when it is planning or solving problems. Take advantage of this. Every morning or every night before you sleep, spend 3 minutes planning your day. But you must do it entirely in English. Tomorrow I have to wake up at 7 a.m. I will go to the gym. Then I have a meeting with my boss at 10 a.m. I need to buy chicken for dinner. If you do this, you are connecting English to your future and your responsibilities. You are taking English out of the classroom and putting it into your real daily life. It proves to your subconscious mind that English is a tool for survival. Step 6. Consume and react. You probably already watch YouTube videos or listen to podcasts in English. That is great for input. But to think in English, you need to add reaction. When you watch a video in your native language, you have thoughts about it. You think, wow, that's funny, or I disagree with him. You need to start doing this in English. When you are watching an English video, pause it and force yourself to react out loud. I don't believe that. That is a great idea. Why did she do that? By reacting instantly, you train your brain to respond without the 5-second translation delay. You are training your reflexes. Language is like martial arts. You cannot think about how to block a punch. You just have to block it. You train your English reflexes by reacting immediately to what you hear. Conclusion. Be patient with your brain. Learning to think in English does not happen overnight. It is like turning a massive ship in the ocean. It takes time. Your brain will resist. It will get tired. You will have days where you just want to think in your comfortable native language. That is okay. Be kind to yourself. Start with just 5 minutes a day of forced English thinking, 5 minutes of labeling, 5 minutes of narrating. Then make it 10 minutes, then 20. Slowly, without you even realizing it, the magic will happen. One day, you will be walking down the street and you will see a dog, and the word dog will appear in your mind before your native word does. One day, you will have a dream, and the people in your dream will be speaking English. That is the moment the wall breaks. That is the moment the translation trap disappears. You will open your mouth, and the words will simply flow. You won't be translating anymore. You will just be speaking. You will just be living. Start today. Look around you right now. Name what you see. Take control of your inner voice. Your fluent future is waiting.